Hi there, it's Wise here, bringing you some wise words. Once again, I want to start off by telling you guys guess what? I love you. I love you. I love you. And I hope that you hear it other places today, but if you don't, at least you heard it here. So, I am so excited to talk to you guys about something today. I've had a couple of my friends, they've been looking at the videos, checking out the channel, and these are people that I talk with every day. The conversations that I have with you guys, 15, 25 minutes, maybe little snippets here and there. These are the conversations I'm having with people every day. My friends, my family members, people that I just interact with, that I bump into while I'm out and about. And one of the things that my friends keep asking me is, well, what is the main goal of your channel? Jeez, isn't it easy? Can't you guess? I want to make people feel better about themselves. But really, the theme is to raise your vibration. Now, I know that sounds a little bit abstract, especially for those of us who haven't had any type of run ins with occultism or esoteric agendas or anything like that. So when someone hears the term raising their vibration or energy or whatever it might be, I like the term vibration. But whenever they hear that, they're not exactly sure what people mean by that. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it means to me, and then hope in turn get you guys to see exactly what the goal is with this channel. I mean, this is a small goal. I have many goals with this channel, but this is the underlying golden thread that runs through all the things that we'll be doing on this channel. So let me give you guys a couple of examples of vibrational things that we're trying to raise. There are many different emotional states, and a lot of people don't realize that these emotional states either put you in a high vibration or a low vibration. Now, I've spoken to you guys about how we're magnets. We have a magnetic field due to the fact that we have metals running through our body, blood constantly going through our veins, electricity pulsing from our brain down or through our synapses, down through our spinal cord, out through our nervous system, through our nerve endings. Tons of things are going on that involve electricity, magnetics, and gravity in our body. And by raising the vibration, you can actually make almost all of those systems that I just talked about work better and more harmonious with each other. But adversely, if you're in a low vibration, all those things I mentioned tend to get out of whack. People that are depressed also tend to have other sicknesses that arise from that depression because they're already feeling bad, so it makes their body and their mentality more susceptible to things such as sickness or disease or even getting hurt or injured. So let me give you guys some examples. First, let me give you examples of some low vibrational emotions. Emotions, like I mentioned a moment ago, such as depression, melancholy, fear, self-loathing. Those and other emotions like those are low vibrational emotions. They don't feel good. Speaking about them, to me, doesn't even feel good. Like when I think about someone being fearful, or one of my friends being in a state of melancholy, or a family member, or somebody that I have interest in being in a state of depression, that doesn't even sound good for me to say it. I never, ever, ever want anyone that I love, or anybody for that matter, to endure any of those types of emotions. But it does happen. So, on the other side of the coin, you have high vibrational emotions. Emotions such as happiness, love, self grandizing. Well, not self grandizing so much, that's almost like a delusional thing. But believing in oneself, your joy, elation, jubilation, all those are high vibrational emotions. And I would love to help you guys get to those points. Now, before we get any further into this subject, I want to bring you guys a little excerpt out of one of my favorite books. This book, The Kabbalion, can you read it there? The Kabbalion. Now, on the front here, it says it's written by William Walker Atkins, writing as the Three Initiates. Some people that still argue to this day who really wrote this book, and as you can tell, I've had this guy for quite some time. I've beat it up. It's one of my favorite reads. A lot of people out there, a lot of famous people that have power and money, if you didn't know, read the Kabbalion. They believe wholeheartedly in what they call the Hermetic principles. And if you guys don't know about Hermes, or Hermes Trismegistus, or three times great, he was an Egyptian god. Actually, some believe that he was a remake of an Egyptian god. The original god would have been Thoth or Tahuti. And Hermes was basically the third incarnation of this Egyptian god. And he gave people ground rules or laws about how the universe works and operates. And to this day, these laws are pretty much an underlying theme in almost every religious text out there. I say almost. And you can read this and just be a judge for yourself. So I'm going to read you guys an excerpt out of this. Actually, two. First, I'm going to read you guys what they say are the 7 Hermetic principles. And then I'm going to read you the one that we're obviously talking about here today, which is vibrations. So let me read these guys to you real quick, just so you have an idea of what they are. And then I'm going to read to you what they go into their description of vibration. So give me just a moment. So, first we have the 7 Hermetic principles. 1. The principle of mentalism. 2. The principle of correspondence. 3. The principle of vibration. 4. The principle of polarity. 5. The principle of rhythm. 6. The principle of cause and effect. And 7. The principle of gender. Now, quickly, let me just read you this other excerpt, just so you can have an idea of what we'll be getting into. This is just a description of vibration from the Kabbalion. The principle of vibration, in quotes, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates, end quotes. The Kabbalion. This principle embodies the truth that everything is in motion, everything vibrates, nothing is at rest, fact which modern science endorses and which a new scientific discovery tends to verify. And yet, Hermetic principles was enunciated thousands of years ago by the masters of ancient Egypt. The principle explains that the difference between different manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit result largely from varying states of vibration. From the all, which is the pure spirit, down to the grossest forms of matter, all is vibration. The higher the vibration, the higher the position in the scale. The vibration of spirit is such at an infinite rate of intensity and rapidity that it practically is at rest, just as a rapidly moving wheel seems to be motionless. And at the other end of the scale, there are gross forms of matter whose vibrations are so low that they also seem to be at rest. Between these two poles, there are millions upon millions of varying degrees of vibrations, from corpuscle to electron, atom, and molecule, to the worlds and universes. Everything is in vibratory motion. This is also true for the planes of energy and force, which are but varying degrees of vibration, and also on the mental planes, whose states depend upon vibration, and even on the spiritual plane. And understanding of this principle with the appropriate formula enables Hermetic students to control their own mental vibration as well as those of others. The masters also apply this principle to conquering natural phenomenon in various ways. And in quotations, he who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the specter of power, end quotes, says an old writer of one of the ancients. So that is what we're talking about here today. We're talking about raising your vibration to change your mental scape, your spiritual scape, and also your physical scape if that's what you're looking to do. Raising your vibration will help you to become a more happy, even-keeled, well-balanced person. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds cliche and almost too much to listen to at this point. And I understand. A lot of people out there don't even think about it. They believe that their emotional state is something that they were born with or something that they've gotten into and they have no control over. I'm here to tell you it's the exact opposite. If you pay attention, watch the attention video, but if you pay attention to your mental state, your physical state, and your spiritual state, you will be able to accomplish anything you set your mind to. Anything. I've told you guys this before, whether it's learning a new language or picking up a new hobby or teaching yourself macrame, which I guess in turn could be a new hobby. Anything, any means to which you want to apply this power by raising your vibration, raising how you feel about yourself, raising how you feel about others and the world around you, you really, really, really can have the most profound impact on how you see things and how things start to see you and the interactions between the two. So every video that I put out for you guys, whether it's talking about exercise, whether it's talking about deliberate practice, whether it's talking about meditation and yoga, no matter what it is, my intent is to help you raise your vibration and to love yourself, even if it's just a little bit more every day. And by doing that, I'm telling you that, as always, the benefits are innumerable. I can't put a number on them. Infinity. So, with that being said, I am going to give you guys a video in the future about the Kybalion and the Hermetic principles themselves. I am very, very into ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet, also ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Sumeria. There's many, many things out there that I believe a lot of people have an interest in, but they just maybe don't have the time to go research it, or they're just too, I guess, uninterested in history and other things of that matter. So I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'm going to bring you all the stuff that I've been researching throughout my life, the painstaking hours in the books, watching documentaries, hanging out with professors or people that are in the field that have had many years vested into it, that have a wealth of knowledge that they love to share with me. Tons and tons of things that I've done over the years to become wise. So guys, I hope that this video gave you a little bit of clarity about where we're headed with the channel, and hopefully through this you guys will stick around and tell other people about this and maybe even help raise the vibration of yourself and those around you. At least that's what my hopes are. So, as always, I want to wish each and every one of you infinite love, infinite peace,